Peace.
All right. Omar Jonnes.
Omar Jonnes. My name is Lanny. Nice to meet you, my man. So I guess first and foremost, man, like introduce
Oh, we was
yourselves.
just trying not to get in y'all way. We didn't want to disturb y'all. So, well, I've been incarcerated since I was 21 for a crime I didn't commit. I've been down 25 years now, and I'm hopefully that God shed light on my story. That, you know what I'm saying, the innocent. You know, I know we get a bad look in prison, as you know, everybody think that we doing wrong, but sometimes you do got innocent people up in here, and I'm one you're talking to right now. I come from LA, you know what I'm saying? I have transcended and changed myself into a better individual, and I'm just hoping that, you know, eventually, you know, the system can be where they shine light on people that somewhat like me who have educated myself, reformed myself. You know, we don't have a lot of programs, but so I took it upon myself to educate myself. And I want to try to be, you know, I'm an advocate to stop the violence and things of that nature. So I just want to give back to the youth.
Question for you. With two questions. One, what do you think were the circumstances that you came up in that led you down a certain path to begin with? And in your mind, what do you think any possible solutions? You know what I'm saying? Like, because a lot of people are talking about the issues and the problems, but not many people have ideas on solutions. How do we get these young brothers when they're young to not even go down that path? So that's my question for you. Like, what led you down the path to begin with, and what do you think can change?
Well, I believe my environment, and I had got shot at when I was 13, real vicious. You know, I had lost some homies, so, and you know, I didn't have a mother and a father, and I think, well, I had a mom, but she was incarcerated. But anyway, you know, and we get a bad stereotype as far as the gangs, you know what I'm saying? It was the same people that was in that gang that was helping me, taking me to school and doing what I'm doing. Now to get to what you saying, the solution, I think they need to have individuals somewhat that I have influenced, you know what I'm saying? And I think that influence, I can record that and like basically help the youth where everybody, you don't have to be peer pressured to do what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? Where I can be an advocate of like, you ain't got to do that, man. We got the YMCAs, we got different type of things, and I'm gonna have your back. Whatever I got to do, even if I got to sacrifice, I'm willing to do that because, you know, it's genocide. You feel what I'm saying? And I ain't, you know, I have learned my lesson. So that's what I want to give back to the youth. If I got to sacrifice myself, which I done, that's what I'm willing to do. Yes, that's nice.
What part of LA you from? You know
I'm from 109th and Figueroa, South Central.
Yep. My man, introduce yourself.
How you doing? My name is Jay Burton, #Free Jay Burton. It's a big movement going on out there. I've been incarcerated for the past 33 years. Y'all know I look young.
Man,
yeah, I've been.
33.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I've been incarcerated since I was 16. I'm from Watts, California. I grew up as a blood. And I want people to know, especially the youth, I'm a motivational speaker and I'm also an author. My book is called Shattered Mirror. You can go check that out on Amazon. But in the meantime, just based on the question that you was extended, like he was saying, a lot of times we have a lot of influence in these prisons, and a lot of guys that get out of prison, where they mess up at, they forget to use the influence that they had in here and take it to the street, not for the bad, but for the good. Because people got to understand one thing about in prison. I've been in prison, like I say, since I was 16. I'm going to be 50 in the next month. One thing that I've learned that we as Bloods and Crips in these prisons, yards, we don't need gangbang against each other. So if we don't gangbang against each other in these prison yards, why is it that we continue to let that stuff go on in the streets? We got to change the mindset. We got to get them hard drugs out them communities, because that's also altering our way of thinking. The way we think is going to basically is designed on the way you're going to act because the way you think.
So what do you think, when you touched on that, that's something that I don't think a lot of people on the outside understand. When you say Bloods and Crips ain't banging on each other in here, what do you think is the difference? What do you when you come in here? Because the perception on the outside is that it's even worse because you close quarters with, you know.
Well, let me explain. Here's the difference. One thing about prison, we have not only you learn discipline, right? But we got rules. You break these rules, something's gonna happen to you.
Yeah.
See, on the streets, we got certain type of rules, but we don't have them. The word I'm missing is structure.
Gotcha.
Structure. In prison, we got structure. You do something to it, like a Crip couldn't just come and do something to me. They got to actually go to the Bloods and ask the Bloods, look, this is going on. So, but we don't do that. It's like policing your own. So when we start learning to police our own on them streets and start building our community and stop hurting our community, because, you know, when I was young, I came up as a Blood in LA. But one thing about me, when I was when I first came to prison, when I turned 18 back in '91, I was in Old Folsom State Prison, and I seen some rivals that had got me when I was in the county jail. I got at my homies like, look, there was some of the dudes. They was like, no, you're not coming up here with that. So wait a minute. How is it that after we leave prison, we go back to to them streets, and we forget about that structure that we had when we was in them prisons? That means you wasn't serious about it. See, I'm serious. I'm an advocate. I've been advocating for many years. I'm a jailhouse lawyer. I fight for prisoners. I fight for everything that we got coming. But it's not easy. It hasn't been easy at all.
And
Yes.
the thing that, we've been discussing on the outside is like, how do we take the culture and flip it, right? So to your point, instead of these actions that are destroying the community, these gangs can also be the people who are protecting the community instead of destroying it, right?
See,
You
I
know what I'm
always
saying?
look at-
So
yeah, sorry
how do
about
we
that.
flip it?
See, I always look at gangs are military. We got a lot of people that's actually positive in our communities, but they scared to come out because they don't have the military. I'm gonna use the police.
Yep.
If they don't have the policing, they're gonna be scared to go up to them youngsters because them youngsters gonna turn on them.
Yeah.
So the thing is, it's about structure, and with that structure, it comes with discipline in the mind, and the youngsters they look up to us. But if they looking up to all the wrong things, they gonna repeat the wrong things.
Yeah.
So there's like with me and him. We learned from a young age to be a certain way, but when we came in these prisons, we realized that wait a minute, that really wasn't the right way. So you let me and him out today. We have a lot of influence in these prison yards, and some of us have a lot of influence on the streets, but a lot of them young ones not going to look at us that way because a lot of them remember or they heard of the old self.
Yeah.
And the old self was the destructive one.
Yeah.
So when they see the constructive one coming there and he got, he coming in there like, look, this is the way we supposed to do it.
Yeah.
A lot of them might not listen, but you know what I do? Especially like even on these yards, you know what I do? I go get at him, look, go get at the young homie, because I know they might not listen to me, but I know they'll listen to him.
Yeah.
And this is the way we have to do it on the streets. They might not listen to me, but I know you got influence in the neighborhood. So look, this is what you tell them. This is how you go about it.
Yeah.
But what we got to also realize is that we can't talk, when we talk to them, to the youth, we got to let them know that we feel their pain as well and listen to them. Because a lot of times if we listen to them, they're going to tell us what's wrong. But a lot of times, if I'm going to be scared if I know that you my father and I know you're going to punish me every time I'm trying to come to you. So you know what?
So
I'm going to go to him.
Yeah.
Because I know he's not going to punish me.
Yeah.
But if we got to learn how to actually communicate with the people, and that's our jobs now.
Yeah.
He was put here illegally. I got caught up in a scandal that's going on, but like I say, it's a big movement, so I can't really speak too much on it, but I will be back out there. But I do know something. The things that I did in the streets, it manifested into me getting caught up into this lifestyle, and it manifested me to come to prison. So the things he may have done, he may have not done this. But a lot of times, because we was in a lifestyle, we got to realize that what we put in the universe, it will manifest. First, it starts in the mind. So if I'm just thinking about thug and stuff, drug dealing and all that stuff, even though I didn't do this crime, something negative is likely to manifest from that. Because that's all our thoughts and everything we put into the universe. So it comes back that way.
Yeah. Your thoughts become your
That's
words,
why. Exactly. So that's why I talk to people. I say, look, all right, you may not did it, but the thing is, we still got to correct our way of thinking, so we can walk a different walk. And when people see us now, they might not remember the person that I left the streets, but if they see how you walk, and they eventually start, you know what? I like what he's doing.
Yeah.
I like what he's doing. That's how we're going to be able to save our youth. We're going to have to get out there and be like real with them. But we also got to provide opportunity.
Yes. So that they feel a sense of hope.
Yes.
Because once you lose the hope, then it's
There's
like
nothing else.
this, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Everything, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like a gangster rap.
Yeah.
You lost hope, so you just kill up everything when it's not. I mean, we got it wrong. We got to save our youth, because if we don't save our youth, I remember when I first came to prison. This is in my next book that I'm putting out, but my book, Shattered Mirror, that's one of my memoirs. This is based on me coming up in Watts and how when I came up in the 80s, back when we came up, it wasn't that many Bloods. There was a whole bunch of Crips, but not that many Bloods in LA. So it was real hard to be a Blood. I mean, you had to really be like really with it to be a Blood. And today it's a whole bunch of Bloods now. So they don't really have no understanding on the struggle that we went through. So when we came to these prison yards, a lot of Bloods started veering towards educating ourselves because we really didn't have that many of us. So we was like, we start like, we don't have the numbers, but the more educated you become, the more powerful you become. So a lot of us start getting, getting ourselves involved in educating ourselves. And a lot of times people call it, you got that prison talk in prison right now. But instead, what you should do, you should say, you know what? I like what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
But we don't do that. We don't reward for that. And when we not reward for that, people like, we don't want to show that side of you.
Yeah.
So it's like, when we grew up, we didn't grow up saying smart is cool.
We got to change that.
We got to change that mentality.
Because the overarching opposition that has oppressed our people for so long, that's what they wanted.
Yes.
They wanted us to think that being smart wasn't cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Because now you stay trapped in a place of ignorance.
Yeah.
And you don't even know what's better for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I'm so glad that y'all are speaking on this, that y'all saying.
And guess what that ignorance do? It promotes more ignorance. It promotes more ignorance and more ignorance and more ignorance. And that ignorance get the next generation get a hold of that ignorance, and they perpetuate the ignorance that we've been perpetuating, but they put it on steroids. They make it even worse. So we got to start finding the ways to save our communities. A lot of times, when we in here, like say me and him, we building with the young homies. I'm talking about not just homies like Bloods. I'm talking about with other cribs, Bay Areas, or whatever. We building each other. Yeah. But you know what the system gonna do? The system gonna say, oh, y'all doing gang stuff, so we're going to put y'all in the hole. They did it to me. I did 9 years in the SHU. A SHU is a security housing unit. I did 9 years because, not for disciplinary reasons. It's because the stronger you get up here, the more of a threat you become.
Because now you organize.
Yeah, but the thing is, we're doing it for the right reasons now, though.
Yeah.
We're not doing it for the wrong reasons.
They want us to be ignorant.
Yes, because that ignorance, you stay ignorant, you stay stagnated. And guess what that do? We keep controlling you.
Yeah.
It's about control.
Can I get one more shout out?
Yeah, for sure. Of course.
Oh yeah, I
I
want
just
to
want to
give a
let
shout
you.
out.
I want to shout out to my wife. She got the We the Future clothing, but my name is Moster, so it's the Moster Made, and the Moster stand for mind over everything, strong through anything. Since I've been through that, many Americans don't experience. You know what I'm saying? And so that's my clothing line, and you can go to We the Future and get some of that gear. Shout out to the bros out there holding it down.
Let me say one more thing. Shout out to all my people, everybody that's been hashtagging that Free J Burton. Y'all know how we do it. Y'all go check out my book, Shattered Mirrors, on Amazon. You can also check out other things that we got going on. People that's riding with me, the Rich Mindset TV on YouTube. It's a lot of things that we got going on. But I'm also the founder of Black Lives Matter Prison Chapter. So salute to Black Lives Matter. Y'all been taking care of me, doing everything that we supposed to do. And everybody has been following me doing what we do. Let's continue to build, because that's what I'm here for, to continue to build. I am the voice. Thank you.
Whoa. Appreciate it.